Good evening. Well, the other day I took a road trip to Statesboro, Georgia. The purpose of the road trip was to see sites associated with Blind Willie McTell and, of course, Statesboro Blues, one of the great blues songs ever, a great song of American music. Ended up in Thomas, Georgia, seeing Blind Willie's grave. There's a video of my attempts at visiting some of these sites on the channel just a few videos back. Ended up stopping in Statesboro in a little music store called Pladd Dot Music. I went in there just to kind of see what was going on. It was right kind of in, off the main square of old downtown Statesboro. And went in there. It was a really great music store, a small town music store vibe with high quality guitars. And I think that's a good combination, one you don't often see. And also, while I was there, I ended up talking to the guys in the store quite a bit, just about guitars. Found out that they are associated with the Chris Mitchell guitar line, which is out of Statesboro, also known as CMG Guitars. And so they had some very nice CMG guitars in the store, and they were gracious enough to show me the guitars and some of their other Statesboro made gear, and I thought I'd share that with you in a little video. So I hope you enjoy this. And of course, it wouldn't be a road trip without a little bit of trucking, and this is a guitar channel, so I always toss a few guitar clips in there, usually about 30 seconds. What better than a little bit of trucking music to go down the highway with? Well, I was in the store, just started talking about guitars like you do in a music store. It's kind of had nice guitars on the wall, quality guitars with the small town music store vibe, and that's a good combination. And it turns out that they have these Chris Mitchell guitars, which is a Statesboro company, and they're associated with the Chris Mitchell Guitar Company, also known as CMG. They're an international company, kind of a small boutique company, I would say. Another thing that came out is that they were one of the companies sued by Gibson recently, and they won. So they even had a little display of one of their guitars that was sued. They were sued over by Gibson, and they even had a little frame with some of the legal paperwork in which they won their law case. So here's one of the music store employees talking a little bit about their guitars and also the lawsuit with Gibson, which will be of interest to all of us who followed that lawsuit with the Gibson's actions against some of the other guitar companies, smaller guitar companies. All right, I was driving through Statesboro, ready to drive to Blind Willie McTell's grave, and I came to Pladd Dot Music just to see if and the music store was open. That was kind of cool. And we've got these helpful music store people here in Pladd Dot Music, right in downtown Statesboro. Yeah. And they were telling me a little bit about a guitar that's made right here in Statesboro, home of Blind Willie McTell, and I think he was going to say something about it. What was this? And that's a very interesting detail for this little video. You want to say something about it?
Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about it.
So all right.
This is what we call our Chris Mitchell guitars.
Chris Mitchell guitars.
Or CMG. This is our Ashley model. It's kind of based off of a Les Paul style.
Okay, look at that, beautiful.
All of these are them too. As a matter of fact,
Chris Mitchell guitars.
Chris Mitchell guitars. And Gibson actually sued us on a copyright infringement.
Okay, you were one of the companies Gibson, because I followed that Gibson lawsuit a little bit.
Yeah. So this is all about the Gibson lawsuit, and they actually seized over 200 of our guitars in the ports.
Okay.
And because of that. And we won.
Awesome.
We won. We got them all back. The only difference is the horn is just a little bit. The diameters in the horn is a little bit different.
Okay.
And they thought it was close enough they could sue us, and they were wrong.
Good.
But now
I hope they didn't cost you too much to win.
No. Once we actually won, it was all right. So.
Okay. And these are Chris Mitchell guitars too.
Yes, sir. And this is them now. These are imported. This is our imported version. So when we got
beautiful guitars.
When we got started, we imported these in.
Wow, they're nice.
I'm trying to remember.
You got some nice guitars in here.
Yeah.
I'm glad I stopped by. I kind of just said, well, I'll stop by. Found a place to park, and those are beautiful. Do you have a website or anything for those?
Well, not for these particular, because that's what I was getting at. These were imported in. We had them built in another country and imported in early in our career. Now we actually have a warehouse that's 5 miles down the road where we build custom built guitars right here in Statesboro. They're 100% American made. When we start, it's a block of wood. And then we craft guitars.
Well, I'm gonna maybe one of these days I can come back and visit your warehouse.
Yeah, maybe so. Chris loves doing warehouse tours. I do have one American guitar that I can show you.
Okay.
You wanna grab it, Chase? Yep, I'll grab it.
Chris Mitchell Guitars, and you sell through the mail or obviously you sell in the store, but
yeah, we sell a few in the store right now. We're booked out until we do orders.
Okay.
And right now we're booked out till the middle of April, the end of March to the middle of April.
Okay.
This is our latest design. This is called the Diane.
Look at that.
It's a Strat.
Like a woman's name.
Yeah.
Strats are female. You knew that, right?
Yes, sir. Well,
absolutely.
Chris names all of his products after family members.
Okay, well that's wholesome of you. That's good.
Ashley is his wife.
All
and
right.
We have an American version of this guitar.
Okay.
But like I said, I don't have any in store because they're all on orders and they're shipped out. So this is the Diane. Now, but what's special about this one is this is the very last prototype.
Oh wow!
For this guitar.
Awesome.
We did a couple of little changes. This pick guard in the official one that we're selling out, this pick guard comes a little bit further back. These knobs are adjusted back a little bit further, so it's not right there in your playing.
So single coil.
Yep, three single.
Sunburst finish.
Yep, and it has
beautiful
This
guitar.
has our Frog Dog pickups in it.
Oh man, that's a beautiful finish on that thing.
And but yeah, so this is actually a prototype, but it is for sale for $6.99.
That's a good price. That's a good price for a nice guitar like that. After we got done seeing the guitars, we happened to notice they had a lot of amps. Well, we started talking a little bit about amps, and it turns out that the Chris Mitchell company, or the same people, also make amplifiers, Blackcat amplifiers, and they're really nice tube amps. And we had a little demonstration of them and sort of an explanation of some of the qualities of the amps. They're really well tuned amps, as it were. They're really well set, and they've got a really nice, clean, but classic tube sound. And I was really impressed with the amps, the quality of the build, and also the quality of the sound they put out.
So our amplifiers we have is Devil Cat amplifiers.
Devil Cat amplifiers, and that's the same maker as Chris Mitchell Guitars.
Same maker, yes.
Okay, wow.
We have a.
Are those tube?
Are they tube? Yeah, they're all
tube amps.
They're Class A.
Got to have a tube in a. Well, you can have some good solid state amps, but you can't beat a tube amp.
No, we don't mess with solid state.
Yeah, you can't beat a tube amp. Look at that.
The Jimmy here,
beautiful.
This was the very first model we built. This is the Jimmy.
A Jimi Hendrix Devil Cat.
Look at Jimi Hendrix, but just the Jimmy.
Oh, the Jimmy. Jimi.
Let's get a little. Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy. The Jimmy. Jimmy.
Yep, that's the very first one.
That's awesome.
The Packer here, this is the newest guy that we built.
Look at this.
As far as the model.
Do you guys ship?
We do shipping.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, we ship all over the country. We have
wow.
Order. Matter of fact, Garth Brooks, guitar player, when he went back on tour about 2-3 years ago,
right?
He actually ordered a custom amp just like he wanted through us, so he plays a demo case.
Well, you know, Garth Brooks is from, well, he lives in with Trisha Yearwood up kind of where I live.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
You've got some nice gear in here. After learning a little bit about the amps, of course, we had to have a little demonstration, and Chase, I believe was his name, was gracious enough to provide us with a little demonstration playing the Diane CMG guitar through one of their beautiful amps. So here's a little clip of that. Couldn't leave without hearing one of these beautiful CMG guitars. We've got Chase here, and he's going to play the Diane CMG guitar through that beautiful blue Jimmy Blackcat tube amp. Play a little bit, Chase. Listen to that tone. That's great. Single coil, single coil, single coil.
Let's see, let me turn this volume up. It's really versatile. You can get almost like whatever you want out of it. Actually,
yeah, go ahead. You can
you can just.
It sounds a little bit like some Hendrix there. Yeah. It's got that good tube amp, that kind of.
Got the classic sound.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good sounding amp.
If you want some Hendrix.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Great amp, great guitar. Man, that amp really kicks, doesn't it?
It really does. And they can get very, very loud, very quick. So
That never hurts, does it?
nope.
There we go. There we go.
It's real loud. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a little bit of loud rock and roll guitar. That sounds good. What a good amp and guitar combination.
The main reason like Chris decided to build these amps is because he wanted, you notice how with that amp, even when it was on the low volume, it still broke up and had that good distortion sound that you want. A lot of tube amplifiers, they don't get that break.
Until you're breaking you break the windows, and then you get
until you get it turned up.
Yeah.
With our amplifiers, the tone is there no matter how low the volume is.
That's such a good thing, because that's the thing about tube amps. They're loud.
Yeah, you got to have them loud to get the sound out of
The
them.
the iconic tube amp sound is loud. So if you have a way, because you had that nice harmonic distortion, and it wasn't really uncomfortable at all.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Yep, and that's our pride. That's our money. That's what.
Oh, that's a nice amp.
Yeah.
And that's all available on your website.
All available inside. They can go on Reverb and buy any one of these straight from us right now.
They're all on Reverb too. Okay. Not only do they have guitars and amps, but they even make strings. Bouncing Betty strings. That's a great name, and they're good quality strings. They spend a lot of time, getting the strings right, and so it's kind of a cool string. And he showed me a little bit of the strings. All ready to walk out the door, and then they said they also make strings. You want to say something about your strings?
Yeah, they're called Bouncing Betties. This is our full metal jacket. This is what we use on our
Bouncing Betty.
Yep. That's what we use on our electrics. And
it's good packaging, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and we're changing our packaging. We're in the middle of changing it. We're going to something more eco-friendly.
Okay.
Get rid of the plastic. It's going to be biodegradable packaging.
Okay, cool.
We're all about trying to do the best we can for the environment.
Right. And those are good. And you make all the gauges, 9s, 10s, 11s, or?
In the electrics, we do 9, 10s. In the acoustics, we do 10s and 11s.
Okay. Yep. Good.
It says they're designed to bounce back after heavy bending, like bounce right back in tune. Utilize high-tempered Swedish steel, the most durable steel available on the planet. So that's what.
Cool. Because you know, strings are overlooked in terms of how well a guitar performs.
Strings are a lot.
I mean, you know,
Yeah,
no one pays attention to strings. Yep. Well, listen, thank you. Bouncing Betty strings. All right. And those are on the internet or same, they're available?
I think they're on the CMG website.
Okay, cool. And CMG has a website. I'll provide a link to it below. I'm afraid my camera work is not the greatest, or I'd show you one of these nice screenshots of the website. I tried to film it a little bit, and you can see it. But they do have a nice website, and it looks like it's a very well presented website with all their guitars and the pricing information and everything. So here's their website. All right, they've also got a nice website I just thought I'd mention. And look, it's a very nicely done website. It's got their guitars. And so you have your amps on there?
It's on a different website.
It's on a different website. Well, I was really glad I stopped by Pladd Dot Music. The guys gave me a sticker. Pladd Dot. Let's see if that's the right setup. Pladd Dot Music. And they had some really good guitars in there. Like I said, it was a small town music store vibe with some high quality gear inside. So that's a good combination. Sometimes you sort of get one or the other, don't you, these days? It's kind of the big corporate feel with a lot of great guitars, or maybe the small town music store, but some, you know, not so great guitars. But it seemed like they had some really good guitars, and also that kind of nice small town vibe. And it seemed like that CMG guitar was really one everybody would be interested in checking out. It's a high quality guitar. Didn't look like they were priced all, you know, ridiculously high. It seemed like good fair prices for such well made guitars. American made. It's got the Statesboro, Georgia heritage, really a city so closely associated with American music, you know, through the song Statesboro Blues and other things. But so I was glad I stopped by Pladd Dot Music and learned about CMG guitars. And I'd like to thank the guys for showing me around and being willing to demo some of their gear and show some of their gear on the video. And I wish everybody a good night, and I wish all the best to the very friendly folks at Pladd Dot Guitars, and I hope that CMG Guitars continue to do well, because it seems like a really good American, Georgia, Statesboro, Georgia guitar company. Thanks. Good night.